Have you ever held a coin in your hand and felt your heart skip a beat, knowing it could change your life forever? Imagine casually counting your loose change one morning, only to discover a tiny piece of history that could be worth more than your car, more than a year's salary, maybe even hundreds of thousands of dollars. That's exactly what happened to one ordinary American with a seemingly worthless penny, the 2009 professional no-mint mark Lincoln 1 cent. And what he found could be sitting in your pocket right now. You might think, a penny. Really? But here's the shocking truth. Some of these pennies, yes, pennies, have sold for nearly $900,000. That's not a typo. $871,000. One single coin. And it all starts with a little detail that most people overlook. The missing mint mark. Let me take you back to the story of Joe Miller, a retired schoolteacher from Ohio. Joe was never a coin collector. In fact, he barely noticed the coins he spent at the grocery store. But one afternoon, while sorting through his change to feed a parking meter, he noticed something unusual about a penny. No mint mark. A small detail that shouldn't have mattered, but did. Joe held that penny between his fingers, stared at it for what felt like hours, and then did what most people would never think to do. He checked the value online. His jaw dropped. That single coin, tossed casually in a jar for years, could be worth more than his entire retirement fund. So, what makes the 2009 no-mint mark Lincoln penny so extraordinary? It all comes down to production and rarity. In 2009, the U.S. Mint released pennies from 3 different mints: Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco. Every penny from Philadelphia should have carried a peak mint mark, except a few didn't. Those few missing mint marks are now one of the rarest modern pennies in existence. And scarcity drives value. But here's where it gets even more interesting. It's not just about the mint mark. Experts look at strike quality, metal composition, and condition. A circulated penny might fetch a few $1,000s at auction, while an uncirculated, perfectly graded example could soar into the hundreds of thousands. Professional grading companies like PCGS and NGC verify authenticity, which can make the difference between a few grand and a life-changing fortune. And let's pause here, because this is the part that shocks collectors. Some of these coins are so rare that even seasoned numismatists have never seen more than 1 or 2. That scarcity, combined with impeccable condition, has created a market frenzy. One lucky owner sold a 2009 no-mint mark penny for $871,000. Think about that. A coin that once bought a single cup of coffee now has the power to secure a family's future. Now, you might be wondering, how do I even spot one of these pennies? Here's what most people miss. First, check the obverse side. The peak mint mark near Lincoln's shoulder should be present. If it's missing, that's your first clue. Next, inspect the coin for minting anomalies. Double strikes, off-center features, or unusual coloring can increase value. Finally, condition is everything. A penny with crisp details and nowhere could be worth hundreds of thousands. Even a circulated coin, though less dramatic, can still be an investment worth thousands. But here's a question that might shock you. How many of these are out there, hiding in jars, under couch cushions, or forgotten in drawers? The truth is, very few. And that's exactly why you need to check your coins today, before you spend them by mistake. This isn't just about money. This is about opportunity. This is about taking control of your financial destiny, about creating security and freedom for yourself and your family. What most people don't know is that the 2009 No Mint Mark penny is more than just a collectible. It's a symbol. A symbol of luck, foresight, and the hidden wealth that surrounds us if we know where to look. And while Joe Miller's story is extraordinary, it's not unique. Every day, ordinary Americans find coins and change in old collections or tucked away in forgotten drawers that turn out to be worth a small fortune. Now, imagine this. You're counting coins, and suddenly, you notice a penny without a mint mark. Your pulse quickens. You check online. And then, your life changes forever. That thrill, that possibility, that electric mix of fear and excitement, it's real. And it's waiting for you if you take the time to look. Let's break it down. Circulated 2009 No Mint Mark pennies might fetch $5,000 to $10,000. Uncirculated or certified coins can climb from $50,000 to $200,000. And the absolute rarest, in perfect condition, can reach $871,000 or more. This isn't just potential, it's reality. And the numbers keep collectors and investors on edge, scanning every jar of pennies, checking every roll, because no one wants to miss out on the next big find. And here's a little insider tip: timing matters. The longer you wait to discover a rare penny, the higher the stakes. The market is competitive. Every auction, every sale, every private collector is looking for that one missing mint mark. The earlier you check, the better your chance of finding a fortune. Don't let indecision cost you hundreds of thousands of dollars or more. So, what's the takeaway? Don't underestimate your coins. Don't dismiss that penny in the couch cushion. Don't assume that a coin is worthless just because it looks ordinary. The 2009 professional No Mint Mark Lincoln penny is proof that hidden treasure exists right under our noses. And it's proof that ordinary people can stumble into extraordinary wealth with nothing more than awareness, curiosity, and a little bit of luck. Now, as you finish this video, think about this. There could be a coin in your wallet, your jar, or your drawer, waiting to change your life. And the opportunity won't last forever. Check your coins. Verify, grade, and hold on to anything rare. History has proven that those who act fast, those who are alert, and those who embrace opportunity can transform not just their bank accounts, but their entire lives. And if you're hungry for more stories, more discoveries, more coins that could make a fortune, you're in the right place. Because the world of rare coins is full of hidden gems, each with the potential to make dreams come true. So don't wait. Don't hesitate. Your next fortune might be lying in a pocket or drawer somewhere in your home. Check it before it slips away, before someone else seizes the chance you overlooked. The 2009 No Mint Mark penny isn't just a coin, it's a key. A key to wealth, freedom, and the life you've always imagined. And it's time you see if it's in your hands. Imagine holding a coin in your hand that could instantly change your life. Not a lucky scratch-off ticket, not a stock tip from some anonymous guru, but a simple penny, minted in 2014, that might be worth more than your car, your vacation fund, even your monthly mortgage payments. Sounds unbelievable, right? Well, here's the shocking truth. There's a 2014 Mint Mark Lincoln penny out there that some collectors have paid over $500,000 for. That's right, $533,000 for a single penny. And the craziest part, most people have passed by these pennies and their change, never realizing the fortune they were holding. But here's the kicker. It could be sitting in your wallet, your drawer, or even loose in a jar of coins. And if you don't check now, someone else will. Let me tell you the story of Mark, a regular guy from Ohio. Mark was cleaning out his old coin jar one evening, just looking for spare change to roll up. And there it was, a penny with a small, deep mint mark glinting under the light. At first, he thought it was just another 2014 penny, but something about it caught his eye. The edges, the strike, the weight, it felt different. And then it hit him. This wasn't just any penny. It was rare. Extremely rare that Mark's life changed that night. He learned that a small coin could hold more power than a lifetime of savings accounts, more than any 401k he had ever dreamed of. And this is exactly why you need to hear this story today, because your own coins could be hiding a similar secret. So, what makes the 2014 D-Mint Mark Lincoln penny so special? Most 2014 pennies were ordinary, millions were minted, and they circulated quietly, unnoticed. But a few were struck with a rare error during the minting process. These errors can include double dies, off-center strikes, or subtle variations in the D-Mint mark itself. And when these coins are in pristine condition, graded professionally as MS-65, MS-66, or higher, their value skyrockets. Now, here's where it gets even more interesting. Some of these coins are so rare that only a handful exist in top condition. That scarcity drives the market insane. Collectors and investors alike are willing to pay top dollar for just one example, because the combination of rarity, condition, and verified authenticity is pure gold in the numismatic world. But let's back up a moment. How do you even know if your penny is one of these treasures? First, check the mint mark. The D for Denver is critical. Next, look at the coin strike. Are the details crisp, sharp, almost untouched? This is where grading comes in. Coins graded by professional services like PCGS or NGC can see dramatic increases in value. Even pennies that seem ordinary can be worth a few $100s if they have the right grading and minor anomalies. What most people don't know is that a penny in circulated condition, slightly worn but with a rare minting error, can still fetch thousands of dollars at auction. And the fully pristine, ultra-rare examples. That's where we reach the staggering six-figure prices. To put it into perspective, a standard 2014 D penny you find in a roll at the bank, worth about 1 cent. But a top-graded, error 2014 D penny, one lucky collector just paid $533,000. That's life-changing money. Think about it. One small coin, once ignored, now could secure your family's financial future, fund your dreams, or even let you retire earlier than you ever imagined. And here's the part that shocks collectors. Many of these pennies were minted in the same batch as ordinary coins, making them almost invisible to the casual eye. They're hiding in plain sight, waiting for someone like you to discover them. Let's not forget the story of Carol from Pennsylvania. She was buying coffee when she noticed a strange penny among her change. She held on to it for months, unsure of its value, until she showed it to a local coin dealer. The dealer's eyes widened. That penny, worth over $75,000, That small, ordinary coin had transformed her financial outlook in an instant. So, what does this mean for you? It means you need to check every penny. Literally. Don't toss that jar of coins. Don't roll them up and spend them without a second glance. One small 2014 mint mark Lincoln penny could be the key to the financial freedom you've been dreaming about. Here's the urgent truth. The market is moving fast. Collectors are paying top dollar right now, and the window of opportunity won't last forever. The coin sitting quietly in your drawer could be worth thousands, or even hundreds of thousands, tomorrow. And if you're thinking, it's just a penny, how could it really matter? Think about Mark. Think about Carol. Think about the countless collectors who walked past ordinary coins for years before discovering a treasure that changed their lives. This is your chance. Don't let it slip away now. Imagine what you could do with $10,000, $50,000, or even $500,000. Pay off debt, secure your family's future, travel, invest. Freedom, wealth, security, all in the palm of your hand, hidden inside a tiny coin. But remember, these pennies aren't easy to spot. You'll need patience, attention to detail, and maybe a magnifying glass. Look for that mint mark, crisp edges, and unusual characteristics. Every small clue could mean the difference between a worthless coin and a life-changing treasure. Before you spend another dollar or drop a coin into a jar, take a moment. Inspect, research, compare. The next 2014 mint mark Lincoln penny you find could be the one that changes your life forever. So, here's your final thought. Your fortune could be sitting right under your nose, or in your pocket, waiting for you to recognize its true value. Don't miss out. Check your coins, explore the market, and start your journey toward financial freedom today. And if you want to see more hidden treasures like this, stay tuned. Because the world of rare coins is full of secrets, and the next discovery could be yours. Remember, opportunity doesn't wait, and neither should you. You're cleaning out an old jar of pennies you've been keeping for years, thinking you're just about to throw them in the recycling bin. And then, one penny catches your eye. It looks ordinary, but something is just different. You take a closer look, and your heart stops. This single penny could be worth more than your car, more than your savings account, more than you ever dreamed. In fact, some of these rare coins have sold for over $500,000. Yes, $527,000 for a single 1-cent coin. Now, before you roll your eyes and click away, let me ask you this. How many pennies do you have lying around in drawers, jars, or old wallets? If you don't check, you might just be sitting on a fortune without even realizing it. And today, I'm going to tell you the secret of one of the most elusive, mysterious, and valuable coins in modern American history. The 2016 Lincoln 1-cent penny with no mint mark. This isn't just a coin. It's a ticket to financial freedom, a story of luck and discovery, and a warning to anyone who casually spends change. Stay with me, because what most people don't know is, a simple penny could change your life. Let me take you back to a quiet Saturday morning in suburban Ohio. John, an ordinary father and weekend coin collector, was sorting through his collection. Nothing too fancy, just coins he had saved over the years. He picked up a shiny 2016 penny, noticed it didn't have a mint mark, and paused. "What's this?" he whispered to himself. It was subtle, almost imperceptible, but something about that penny didn't match the rest. He grabbed his magnifying glass, examined the strike, checked the details, and then the realization hit him. This wasn't a normal penny. He held a 2016 Lincoln 1 cent with no mint mark. A coin so rare that collectors have been searching for it for years. Here's where it gets even more interesting. The United States Mint normally places a tiny D for Denver or P for Philadelphia on every penny. But due to a production anomaly, a handful of pennies in 2016 were struck without a mint mark. That small absence, a detail almost invisible to the untrained, makes these pennies extraordinarily rare, but rarity alone isn't enough. The value of these coins skyrockets when they are in high-grade condition. Collectors hunt for coins with flawless surfaces, sharp details, and minimal wear. And in the world of coin collecting, even a subtle imperfection can mean the difference between a few $1,000s and over $500,000. And here's the part that shocks collectors. Some of these pennies, previously overlooked in pocket change, have sold at auction for jaw-dropping sums. Imagine this. A coin that cost a single cent at the store could now secure your family's financial future. Circulated examples might fetch a few $1,000s, but pristine, high-grade, certified no-mint mark pennies have been known to reach record-breaking prices, up to $527,000. What most people don't realize is how easy it is to misidentify or overlook these coins. You don't need to be a professional numismatist. All it takes is a keen eye, a bit of knowledge, and a willingness to look twice at the coins you already own. And speaking of knowledge, let me break down exactly how to identify one of these modern treasures. First, look for the absence of a mint mark. Second, check the strike quality. Does the Lincoln Memorial or the lettering appear sharp and well-defined? Third, condition matters. Coins with scratches, discoloration, or wear are worth significantly less. And finally, grading. Coins certified by reputable services like PCGS or NGC dramatically increase value. Now, here's a cliffhanger for you. One penny, almost invisible to the naked eye, could be worth enough to pay off a mortgage, fund a dream retirement, or even secure generational wealth. But most people never even think to look. So, what's the takeaway? If you own old coins, whether in jars, drawers, or your wallet, don't dismiss them. The 2016 no-mint mark Lincoln penny is rare, mysterious, and highly sought after. Its value is not just theoretical, it's proven in real-world sales. This is more than numismatics. It's an opportunity to create financial security, to build freedom, and yes, to possibly change your life. But here's a warning. These coins are flying under the radar. Every day, someone spends change without realizing it's worth thousands or hundreds of thousands of dollars. The opportunity is fleeting. The moment to check your coins is now. Don't wait until it's too late, because every year that passes, the chances of finding these coins in circulation shrink dramatically. Imagine holding one in your hand, knowing that this tiny penny could protect your family's future. Feeling the weight of its potential. That's not just excitement, it's empowerment. That's the thrill of discovery. So here's my challenge to you. Go through your coins. Examine your collection. Look for the missing mint mark, study the strike, and consider professional grading if you spot something unusual. And if you do find a 2016 no-mint mark Lincoln penny, you're holding more than a coin. You're holding a story, a mystery solved, and possibly the key to extraordinary wealth. And if you're hungry for more stories of rare coins, incredible finds, and life-changing discoveries. Keep watching, because the next penny in your jar might be the one that changes everything. But remember, this opportunity won't last forever. Time is ticking, and fortune favors the prepared. Have you ever held a penny in your hand and wondered, could this tiny coin change your life? What if I told you that buried among the coins in your jar, your wallet, or your dresser drawer could be a 2017 Lincoln penny worth hundreds of thousands of dollars, a coin so rare, collectors are willing to pay up to $521,000 for a single flawless example? Imagine holding the key to financial freedom right in the palm of your hand and not even realizing it. Most people toss their change without a second thought, but for a few fortunate Americans, one penny has rewritten their story. Take the story of Tom, an everyday teacher from Ohio. He was sorting coins for a school project when he noticed something odd about a 2017 penny. Its D-mint mark was slightly doubled, a subtle anomaly. Tom didn't know it at the time, but in that moment, he stumbled upon a coin that could have easily funded his dream retirement. That tiny discovery changed his life forever. But what exactly makes the 2017 Lincoln 1-cent penny so special? And why are some examples commanding five-figure, even six-figure prices in the collector market? Let's dive in. First, the D-mint mark. Coins minted in Denver in 2017 usually follow a standard design, but a rare few were struck with subtle errors during production. These errors can include double die obverse, off-center strikes, or unusual variations in the mint mark itself. Collectors pay attention to every tiny detail, the precise placement of the letters, the sharpness of Lincoln's profile, even the color and luster of the copper. A coin in uncirculated or mint condition could be worth hundreds, while one with a significant error could fetch hundreds of thousands. What most people don't realize is that the 2017 D penny is part of a modern series that's rarely associated with extreme rarity. Most modern pennies are plentiful and, frankly, overlooked. But a few coins escaped the standard production process, creating anomalies that collectors hunt obsessively. And here's where it gets even more interesting. Some of these pennies were graded by top-tier organizations like PCGS and NGC, earning pristine grades that elevate their market value exponentially. A coin in perfect MS-70 condition, essentially flawless, could command prices rivaling rare historical coins. Let's break down the numbers so you understand the scope. A circulated 2017 D penny, even with minor imperfections, might only fetch a few dollars. But a properly graded era coin, you're looking at tens of thousands. A rare, verified example in pristine condition can push six figures, and in one extraordinary case, a coin sold for $521,000. Yes, you heard that right. More than $500,000 for a coin most people barely noticed. So, how do you identify these treasures? Start with the mint mark, a small D beneath Lincoln's shoulder. Examine the coin for doubling, uneven strikes, or any oddities in the lettering. Compare it to standard examples online or through collector guides. And if you think you found something unusual, don't hesitate to get it professionally graded. This step is crucial. Grading can make the difference between a coin worth a few $100s and one worth a life-changing sum. And now for the mystery that drives collectors wild. Why are some 2017 D pennies so incredibly rare? The answer lies in production quirks and minting anomalies. During mass production, most pennies come out identical. But the mint isn't perfect. Occasionally, dies shift, coins strike off center, or doubling occurs. These are the moments when magic happens. When a humble penny becomes a sought-after artifact worth fortunes. Here's the part that shocks collectors. These coins aren't just valuable, they're a ticket to financial security. Imagine selling one coin and paying off debts, funding your child's education, or finally taking that dream vacation you've postponed for years. This isn't fantasy. This is reality for people who took a few minutes to examine their coins. And here's the kicker. You don't need to dig through mountains of coins. Sometimes, the life-changing coin is right under your nose, in your own pocket change. But a word of warning, time is of the essence. Coins can disappear into collections, auctions, or private buyers before you even realize their value. Don't spend your pennies without checking. They could be your future fortune. And yes, the 2017 Lincoln Penny is just one example. There are countless other modern rarities waiting for someone observant enough to spot them. So, what's the takeaway? First, look closely at every coin you own. Second, educate yourself on mint marks, errors, and grading. Third, never underestimate the power of a single penny. It could transform your life. Just like it did for Tom, your old coins could hold the key to wealth, freedom, and security. Don't let them slip through your fingers. Check your jars, your drawers, your wallets. Inspect, compare, and verify. One coin could literally be worth a small fortune, or even $500,000. And if this story ignited a spark of curiosity, know that there are more treasures out there, rare coins hiding in plain sight, waiting to be discovered. Your journey into the world of rare pennies has just begun. The opportunity won't wait forever, and neither should you. Start your search today. Examine, discover, and maybe, just maybe, your ordinary penny could be the coin that changes everything. I'm talking about the 2019 no-mint mark Lincoln 1 cent. Most Americans have no idea this coin even exists. It's one of the most mysterious and sought-after pennies of our time, and collectors are literally paying fortunes for the rarest examples. Some have been valued at up to $514,000, and that's not an exaggeration. But here's the thing. Many of these coins are still sitting in drawers, jars, or piggy banks, just waiting to be discovered. And the shocking part, you could have won right now and not even know it. Let me tell you the story of Greg, a regular guy from Ohio. Greg had been casually collecting coins since he was a teenager, never thinking of it as a serious investment. One afternoon, he dumped a bag of pennies onto his kitchen counter. Most were dull, ordinary, forgettable, but then he sighed, a penny with no mint mark where there should have been one. He laughed at first, thinking it was just a misprint. But curiosity got the better of him. He pulled out his phone, did some research, and what he discovered made him sit back in disbelief. That tiny, copper coin in his hand could be worth more than his car, more than his entire coin collection combined. So, what makes the 2019 no-mint mark penny so valuable? It's all about rarity and mistake. In 2019, nearly every Lincoln cent was struck with a mint mark from the Philadelphia or Denver mints. But due to a rare production error, a tiny number of coins were struck without a mint mark at all. That simple omission creates a collector's holy grail, but it's not just the missing mint mark. Experts also look at the strike quality, die errors, and condition. Coins graded at the highest levels, like MS 70 or PR 70, can command astronomical prices because they are nearly perfect. Circulated coins. Still valuable, often ranging from a few hundred to a few $1,000s. But a top-tier, flawless example. That's where the six-figure valuations come in, and here's where it gets even more interesting. Some coins have tiny variations that even experienced collectors might miss. Slightly off-center strikes, double dies, or unusual planchet anomalies can make a coin even more desirable. And these subtle differences have turned casual collectors into overnight millionaires. What most people don't know is that this coin is like a financial time capsule. A single penny could provide financial security, freedom, and peace of mind for you and your family. Forget lottery tickets or risky investments. Sometimes the treasure is literally in your pocket change. But here's the part that shocks collectors. The 2019 no-mint mark penny is so scarce that many dealers say there are fewer than a handful in existence at high grades. That means if you stumble upon one, you could literally be holding a coin worth $500,000 or more. And unlike stocks or crypto, a physical coin can't vanish overnight. So, what does this mean for you? First, check your coins. Yes, every jar, every old bag, every loose penny in your home. Because the next life-changing discovery might be sitting in your drawer right now, waiting for your eyes to notice it. Second, understand the value spectrum. Even circulated coins with the no-mint mark can fetch hundreds to thousands, while pristine, professionally graded examples are in the hundreds of thousands. Experts recommend sending potential candidates to reputable grading services. They can confirm authenticity and dramatically increase market value. And here's the truth you need to hear. Opportunities like this don't last forever. Coin discoveries are time-sensitive. Once these rare pennies hit the market, they're snapped up by collectors, investors, and dealers in record time. The fear of missing out is real, and if you don't check your coins, you could accidentally spend a fortune in pennies for mere cents. But imagine this instead: you find one. Suddenly, the jar of pennies that's been collecting dust is no longer just spare change. It's a golden ticket to wealth, security, and freedom. You could fund your retirement, pay off debt, even create generational wealth. That's the power of understanding rarity, spotting errors, and acting before it's too late. So here's the takeaway. Start digging. Examine every penny. Look for no mint marks, perfect strikes, and unusual anomalies. Take your time, do your research, and don't underestimate the value of even the smallest coin. The 2019 no-mint mark Lincoln penny isn't just change. It's potential life-changing wealth, sitting quietly in the hands of the few who know to look. And if you think you've missed the boat, think again. Every coin you find could be the one that changes everything. Hundreds of thousands of dollars might be closer than you think, literally right in your pocket. Before you go, remember, the opportunity is fleeting, the market is hungry, and the next rare penny could be yours. Check your coins, act wisely, and start your journey toward financial freedom today. And if you want to uncover even more rare treasures, make sure to dive into our other videos, because the secrets of coin collecting are still full of surprises, and every discovery could change your life. You're sitting at your kitchen table, sorting through a jar of loose change you've been collecting for years. Just ordinary pennies, nickels, dimes. Then, your eyes catch something unusual, a small coin with a D mint mark that looks different. And suddenly, Your heart races because what you're holding could be worth hundreds of thousands of dollars. That I'm talking about the 2021 D Mint Mark Lincoln 1-cent penny. A coin that most people toss in their pocket without a second thought. Yet, some rare examples have recently sold for jaw-dropping amounts, up to $508,000. Yes, you heard that right. $500,000 just for a penny. And here's the kicker: most people never even realize they have one. It's hiding in plain sight, right in their change jar, waiting to change someone's life. That coin could be sitting in your wallet right now, quietly holding the key to financial freedom. But what makes a 2021 D penny so extraordinary? Why are collectors going wild over this seemingly ordinary coin? And how could a single moment of discovery turn an everyday person into an overnight sensation in the coin world? Hold that thought, because this story is about to get fascinating. Let me tell you a story. Meet Joe, a schoolteacher from Ohio. Joe loved collecting coins as a hobby, nothing fancy, just pennies he found on the ground or in rolls from the bank. One lazy Sunday afternoon, he was sorting through a pile of change when a glint caught his eye. It was a 2021 D penny, but something wasn't right. The mint mark looked slightly doubled, almost as if two coins had collided during striking. Curious, Joe pulled out his phone, typed in 2021 D mint mark errors, and what he discovered blew him away. There were coins just like his, graded in pristine condition, selling for tens of thousands, even hundreds of thousands of dollars. Joe had stumbled upon a rare minting error, a collector's dream. But here's where it gets even more interesting. The 2021 D Lincoln penny isn't just any coin. The D stands for Denver Mint, one of the busiest mints in the country. Normally, pennies from Denver are common, mass-produced, and not considered valuable beyond their face value. But in 2021, due to a combination of pandemic-era production quirks, new die strikes, and occasional errors, a very small number of coins came out with unusual features. Some of these include double dies on the mint mark or Lincoln's portrait die cracks that appear as tiny raised lines off center. Strikes exceptional grading conditions, such as MS-70 or PF-70, where the coin is absolutely flawless, and this is the part that shocks collectors. While a circulated 2021 D penny is worth, maybe, 1 cent. These rare era coins can fetch anywhere from $50,000 to over $500,000 at auction. Think about that for a moment. A coin you might have received in change from the grocery store could be more valuable than a house in some parts of the country. So, how do you know if yours is one of the lucky ones? First, check the mint mark. Look for doubling, misalignment, or unusual thickness. Then, examine the strike-in condition. Coins with sharp details, no scratches, and pristine surfaces are the ones that collectors crave. And don't underestimate grading. The difference between a raw coin and a professionally graded coin can be hundreds of thousands of dollars. And here's a secret most people don't know. Some of the rarest 2021 D pennies were never even meant to be collectible. They were simply byproducts of a minting process gone slightly off script. But that tiny imperfection is exactly what makes them so incredibly valuable. But don't get too comfortable yet, because the next part of the story is where things get really intense. Remember Joe? Within weeks of discovering his 2021 D penny, he contacted a coin grading service. His heart pounded as the experts examined it. When they confirmed it was a rare double die mint mark in MS-70 condition, Joe's life changed forever. That single penny was now valued at over $250,000. Overnight, he went from a regular schoolteacher to a collector with a life-changing asset. But here's the real lesson. Joe wasn't actively hunting for a fortune. He just checked his coins, paid attention to the details, and acted quickly. And that's exactly what you need to do. Right now, dig through your loose change. Look in drawers, jars, and old coin rolls. Examine every 2021D penny carefully, because you might just find the one coin that secures your family's future, funds your dreams, or finally gives you the financial freedom you've been chasing. Some people will dismiss this as luck. Others will say it's a long shot. But history has shown time and time again that the coins people overlook are the ones that make millionaires. The 2021D Lincoln Penny is rare, yes, but it's also out there, waiting. And the opportunity to claim one before prices skyrocket won't last forever. So, check your coins today. Don't wait until someone else sells your fortune. Don't let this tiny piece of history slip through your fingers. And most importantly, imagine the freedom, security, and peace of mind a rare coin like this could bring to you and your family. Now, I have to ask you, what if the next coin you pick up from your pocket change is the one that changes everything? Could it really be worth $500,000? Could it be your ticket to a wealthier, safer, and freer life? There's only one way to find out, and if you're fascinated by rare coins, mint errors, and the stories of ordinary people striking extraordinary luck, stay tuned. There are countless other hidden treasures waiting for discovery, each with its own story, its own mystery, and its own potential to change a life. Remember, fortune favors the vigilant. The 2021D Mint Mark Lincoln Penny isn't just a coin, it's a chance. And chances like this don't wait forever. So start looking. Your fortune could be hiding in plain sight.
Most people think their pennies are just loose change they accidentally drop under the couch, forget inside old wallets, or leave inside dusty jars for years. But what if I told you that some of those tiny copper coins could secretly be worth thousands of dollars? And in some cases, more money than many people make in an entire year? Today, I'm not just going to hype rare pennies. I'm going to tell you the real truth about how much you can actually sell rare pennies for. Who really pays the highest price? Who underpays you? And how people lose life-changing money simply because no one taught them how this market actually works. Because here's the reality. Millions of people have rare pennies sitting inside their homes right now. But they never realize their true value because they either trust the wrong buyers, they don't understand coin grading, or they simply assume it's just a penny. How valuable can it really be? And that single thought has caused countless collectors to lose tens of thousands of dollars. Some people literally sold coins worth $50,000 for just a couple hundred, simply because they didn't know any better. So before you ever think about selling your pennies, you need to understand three very important truths. First, value is not based on what a random shop offers you. Value is based on rarity, historical demand, auction records, grading condition, and market hype cycles. Second, most of the time, the first offer you get is nowhere near the highest one. Rare coins have buyers worldwide, serious collectors, private investors, and competitive auctions where prices can skyrocket way of expectations. And third, if you sell your coin too fast, to the wrong place, or without certification, you are almost guaranteed to leave massive money on the table. In this video journey, We are going to talk about the rare pennies that people dream of finding. The legendary coins like the famous 1909 SVDB, the powerful 1914D, the mysterious 1920 to no D, the shocking 1943 bronze, the mind-blowing 1955 double die, and other insane varieties that have broken auction records again and again. But instead of just saying this coin sold for $1 million, I want to show you what normal sellers actually get, how much certified coins versus raw coins really sell for, and how condition can turn a $200 coin into a $50,000 treasure. Imagine this for a second. You're holding a small, ordinary-looking penny in your hand. It doesn't shine like gold. It doesn't sparkle like diamonds. But inside that coin, there's hidden history, rarity, and value that only true collectors understand. The right buyer doesn't just see a coin. They see a piece of American history, a part of numismatic legacy, something they emotionally connect to. And that emotional connection is what turns a simple penny into serious money. But here is the problem. Not everyone wants you to know the truth. Some pawn shops depend on your lack of knowledge. Some random dealers know exactly what you have and still try to convince you it's nothing special, just to buy it cheap and flip it later for insane profit. So if you really want to protect yourself, your collection, and your money, then you must educate yourself. You must know what you are holding. You must know the difference between hype and reality. And that is exactly what we are going to do here, so stay with me till the end of this journey. Because by the time you finish this video, you will know whether that simple little penny in your drawer is just a normal coin or a silent fortune waiting to change your life. This is not about luck anymore. This is about knowledge, patience, smart decisions, and understanding true value. So take a breath, look closely at your coins, and let's finally answer the question everyone wants to know. How much can you really sell these rare pennies for? Now that you understand the mindset of collectors and the dangers of underpaying, it's time to dive into the real treasure map. The most valuable pennies that could transform ordinary collections into life-changing money. We're not talking about hype. We're talking about actual coins that have been tested in auctions, verified by grading authorities, and confirmed to fetch jaw-dropping prices. Let's start with the legendary 1909 SVDB Lincoln cent. If you thought it was just another old penny, think again. High-grade examples of this coin have sold for anywhere from $50,000 to over $500,000. Condition, grading, and provenance make all the difference. One penny in near-perfect condition can easily outperform a stack of hundreds of regular coins. Next is the 191 for D Lincoln cent. Rare and highly coveted. A certified top-grade coin can command $25,000 to $150,000. The secret most collectors miss is subtle variations in strike and mint mark placement. These small differences, invisible to the untrained eye, are what professional buyers hunt for, and they pay accordingly. The 1920 to no D Lincoln cent is a classic example of a coin whose circulated versions can already sell for $10,000 to $60. Zero, however, there are hidden rarities within the batch, double dies, weak strikes, and certain blanket anomalies that push prices even higher. Collectors who understand these nuances are the ones consistently winning big at auctions. 1943 bronze pennies are extremely rare. While most people assume every 1943 cent is steel, a few bronze examples exist and can fetch $100. Zero or more. The story of these pennies is a mix of mint errors and overlooked production runs. Finding one can feel like discovering a treasure chest in your own home. The 1955 double die Lincoln cent, yes, the infamous one, shattered records. Depending on the grade and how obvious the doubling is, these coins range from $20,000 to $150,000. Keep in mind, circulation condition matters. Even minor cleaning or scratches can shave tens of thousands off potential value. Moving closer to modern pennies, the 1969S double die is another high-ticket coin. Certified coins have reached six figures at auction, while careless sellers might unknowingly let these go for only a fraction of their worth. The pattern here is simple. Knowledge equals money. Finally, let's talk about the 1980 to copper varieties. Most people toss them aside as ordinary pennies. Yet, certain high-grade copper examples can exceed $50,000. A single coin from your drawer could be sitting on an overlooked fortune. Remember this principle: rarity is only half the equation. The other half is market demand, auction visibility, and proper authentication. The same coin, when sold in the wrong way, can be undervalued by thousands. But when presented to the right audience, buyers understand its true worth, and the price skyrockets. If you're watching this, pay attention to the signs, look for unusual mint marks, double dies, weak strikes, and color anomalies. A copper tone that looks different, a slightly off-center mint mark, or a die scratch in the right spot could indicate a high-value coin. Each detail matters, and professional buyers pay for those details. Sometimes tens of thousands per small feature. Now, let's be real. Not every coin in your pocket or jar will reach six figures. Some might barely break $500. But the goal here isn't fantasy. It's maximizing the real money you can make from coins that have genuine market value. If you do this right, a handful of pennies could produce more income than a lifetime of casual collecting. And here's the truth most sellers overlook. Even circulated coins, when graded properly, can surprise you. Auction houses love history and provenance. If your coin has documentation, proof of collection, or even a known estate background, buyers are willing to pay premiums. That's where most casual sellers fail, sell too quickly, without understanding the power of presentation and validation. So take a moment, open your coin collection, inspect each penny closely, and ask yourself, which coins belong on the high-value radar list? Focus on these, document them carefully, and prepare them for sale strategically. The rest can stay as sentimental keepsakes or lower-value trades. In the next sections, I'll show you exactly where to sell these coins for maximum money, how to avoid buyers who underpay, and the secret steps that turn ordinary pennies into life-changing income. But first, remember, each coin story, each variation, each mint mark, all contribute to the quiet fortune waiting for collectors who know the rules. If you followed along so far, you now know which pennies hold the most potential, why condition matters, and how even small variations can create life-changing value. But here's the question most collectors ask: where do I actually sell these coins? To get the best price? This is the step where many people lose tens of thousands of dollars. Sometimes even six-figure opportunities, simply because they don't know the real market. Let's start with professional auction houses. The major auction companies specialize in rare U.S. coins, including the Lincoln cents we've discussed. From 1909 SVDB to 1980 to copper varieties. These auctions attract serious collectors, investors, and dealers worldwide. Coins listed here often sell for to 3 times the price of casual local offers. But keep in mind, auctions charge fees, and timing is everything. Research completed sales, watch live bidding trends, and make sure your coin is graded and certified. That alone can increase the final hammer price by thousands. Next, Consider certified coin marketplaces. Platforms that require third-party grading, like PCGS or NGC, provide credibility that casual sellers often overlook. When a coin is verified, buyers pay for assurance. Even circulated pennies, when graded MS65 or higher, can command serious money because collectors trust the certification. Avoid unverified online sales unless you have a trusted reputation. Local coin shops can be convenient. This is where most people get underpaid. Shops often buy coins at wholesale, intending to resell at a profit. That's fine for quick sales, but if your goal is maximum return, these should be used only for low-value coins or as emergency cash-outs. High-value coins rarely get their true worth in a local shop. Then there's the power of private collectors. Networking within collector communities, coin clubs, and online forums can expose your coins to buyers willing to pay a premium. The advantage here is negotiation flexibility. Serious collectors may offer above-market rates to secure a rare coin, especially if they know it won't appear elsewhere. Now, here's a tip most sellers don't know. Timing and presentation can drastically change value. Selling during a market uptick, when demand spikes for a particular variety, can double or triple the price. Professional photographs, clear documentation of grading, and historical context all boost buyer confidence. Remember, you're not just selling a coin, you're selling trust, rarity, and a story. And don't forget online marketplaces like eBay for lower grade coins, or to reach casual collectors worldwide. The key is listing strategically with professional images, accurate grading information, and attention-grabbing titles. Avoid generic listings like Old Penny. Buyers scroll past those instantly. Highlight the rarity, mint mark, and potential auction value. Also, estate sales and inherited collections are gold mines. Many older collectors pass down coins without realizing their worth. Being proactive and offering fair, educated prices to heirs or estate sellers can uncover hidden treasures that never reach the open market. Finally, always protect your assets. Never rush to sell to the first buyer who makes an offer. Use multiple channels, compare prices, and always ask for feedback from trusted experts. One wrong decision could cost tens of thousands, even hundreds of thousands of dollars. Patience and strategy are your best allies. By the end of this, you should see that the path to maximum money is simple, but requires discipline. Rare pennies are not just coins. They are silent financial assets, waiting to be converted into quiet fortune for those who know where and how to sell. Next, we'll go deeper into how to avoid being cheated and the insider tactics top collectors use to ensure every coin hits its full value potential. Because knowing where to sell is half the battle. Knowing how to sell is what turns knowledge into real money. Now that you know which pennies are valuable and where to sell them, it's time to address the most critical step, protecting your investment. This is where most collectors lose serious money. Either sell too quickly, trust the wrong buyers, or overlook subtle signs that indicate a coin's true worth. If you want to maximize profits and safeguard your potential fortune, pay attention to these insider rules. First, always get coins authenticated and graded by trusted authorities like PCGS or NGC. Even circulated coins can gain thousands in value once professionally certified. Many collectors and investors will not touch unverified coins, and that alone can reduce the buyer pool and drive down prices. Think of grading as an insurance policy. It protects your coin and ensures you command top dollar. Next, avoid impulse sales. The temptation to accept the first offer is common, especially when you see interest from eager buyers. But remember, The difference between a rushed sale and a strategically timed one can be tens of thousands of dollars. Take your time, compare offers, and leverage online marketplaces, auction houses, and collector networks. Patience pays, often more than a single high-grade coin. Learn to recognize red flags in potential buyers. Avoid anyone who pressures you, undervalues your coin without explanation, or refuses independent verification. Serious buyers understand market value and will provide transparent reasoning for their offers. Also, be cautious of quick flip promises. While rare, these can often result in underpayment or fraud. Another essential tactic is documenting provenance. If your coin comes from a known estate, historical collection, or previously auctioned lot, present this information. Buyers pay premiums for coins with a story and verifiable history. Even a subtle note on where the coin originated can dramatically increase confidence. And final sale price dot when negotiating, focus on specific coin details. Mint marks, die varieties, double dies, copper composition, and grading points are your leverage. The more knowledgeable you appear, the more likely buyers are to respect the true value. Knowledge translates into authority, and authority commands higher prices. Also, consider staging your coins professionally for sale. High-resolution images, clean surfaces, proper lighting, and multiple angles help buyers see every detail. If selling in person, invest in coin holders, magnifiers, and display boxes. Presentation matters, especially for collectors who pay six-figure prices. Remember, timing is crucial. Coin markets fluctuate. Certain pennies become more desirable during anniversaries, collector conventions, or when news highlights rare discoveries. Selling strategically during these windows can significantly boost value. Lastly, network relentlessly. Join coin clubs, forums, and online groups dedicated to rare U.S. pennies. Engaging with experienced collectors provides insights you won't find in general guides, tips on new trends, and sometimes early access to buyers willing to pay top dollar. The connections you build are as valuable as the coins themselves. By following these rules, professional grading, patient selling, red flag awareness, provenance documentation, strategic presentation, timing, and networking, you create a system where your coins reach their full financial potential. Remember, rare pennies are not just collectibles. They are quiet fortunes waiting for savvy collectors who understand the market and act wisely. Master these strategies, and you'll see the difference between ordinary sales and life-changing wealth from coins you already own.
By now, you've learned which pennies hold extraordinary value, how to spot rare varieties, where to sell, and how to protect your investments. But the real question is, are you ready to take action and unlock the quiet fortune that may already be sitting in your drawers? This is the moment where knowledge turns into life-changing opportunity. Here's the truth most collectors never realize: time is money in the coin market. Those pennies you've had for decades. Every day they sit unexamined is a day of lost potential. The rare 1909 SVDB, the 1955 double die, the elusive 1982 copper variety, each coin has its own story and its own price trajectory. By acting now, you position yourself to benefit from market demand, trends in collector interest, and emerging investment awareness. Think of your collection as more than metal and ink, it's a silent financial asset. With the right strategy, careful identification, professional grading, targeted selling, and informed negotiation, your coins can create unexpected wealth, quietly, without risky investments or speculation. Every small detail matters: a tiny mint mark, a subtle die variation, even the condition of the edges can increase value exponentially. And here's a key insider insight: urgency creates opportunity. Top collectors are always watching the market, looking for coins that others overlook. If you hesitate, someone else will secure that rare penny, often at auction or through private networks. Don't wait until it's too late. Checking, verifying, and preparing your coins today can transform ordinary pennies into life-changing cash tomorrow. Your mindset also matters. Approach your collection with confidence, clarity, and a wealth mindset. Don't see these coins as small, ordinary change. See them as keys to financial freedom, quiet security for your family, and even the potential for extraordinary moments. Picture this: a single rare penny, properly graded and sold, can pay for vacations, cover emergencies, or fund dreams you never thought possible. Remember, action paired with knowledge separates casual collectors from serious wealth builders. Don't let fear, procrastination, or uncertainty hold you back. Use the strategies you've learned in this video: identify, authenticate, present, and sell, and watch how these rare pennies transform into real, tangible financial results. Finally, make this a habit. Inspect every drawer, coin roll, and jar. Revisit your collection periodically. Engage with collector networks. Stay informed about market trends. Each step increases your odds of discovering the next million-dollar penny hidden in plain sight. In conclusion, your coins are more than collectibles, they are quiet fortunes waiting for decisive action. The choice is yours: leave them forgotten in drawers, or leverage your knowledge today to create unexpected wealth and financial freedom. Take action now. Check every penny. Don't miss the chance to uncover treasures you never knew you had. This is your moment. Your rare pennies, your strategy, your wealth.